Thank you for calling 1-800-SAD-DESIGN. Welcome back to episode 24. Um, yeah, 24 episodes. What fun. But how have you been, Ayden?
I've been good. Very busy between my job and doing design work for the bar. We released a new poster last night for the bar for their music festival that they're hosting at the end of October, and it looks pretty cool. And the manager was texting me this morning from there and was like, "Oh my God, we already have 1,000 views and likes on this," and I was like, "Good," which is
Nice.
crazy overnight, but yeah, just keeping busy with all the projects that don't stop literally from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm working on stuff, sometimes even longer.
Doesn't
But
sound too bad, though.
no, a lot of it's been fun, but there has been some projects at work that are so agonizingly tedious that
Yeah.
you just have to like walk away from them sometimes. But all
Yeah,
good.
but, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I kind of like it when I'm more busy than just sitting around
Oh yeah,
waiting.
I agree. It's been a different experience working from home because I've usually had to like work in a space with other people, and not that I necessarily like need someone to be sitting behind me holding me accountable, but it's like weird that I'm working off my own time and no one's there supervising or anything, and I don't know, everything's dependent on just me getting it done. And I don't know, that's just been a weird adjustment.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess that would take some time to adjust to, especially if it's your first time.
Yeah. But it's been good. How you doing?
Not bad. Just kind of doing a whole lot of things. I guess kind of more on the personal side. Not really design work. I mean, I think I work on a few things, but not a whole lot. But just been busy doing stuff around the house or adult things, I guess. I don't
Adult
know.
things. Yeah. There's a
Um,
lot of those.
yeah. But I don't think there's really been anything happening the past couple weeks. Nothing too interesting. At least as
Just
far
all
as I can remember. Um, yeah.
the last couple weeks have flown by so fast just because it's been so busy. Like I don't remember half the things I did, but I just know that all my time was consumed by doing something.
Yeah. Like, all that I know is that I go to work and then I come home and that's about it.
Feel like I can't tell you what I did at work, but
Yeah.
I
I
was
mean, I
there.
know the last 3 days was nice because I got to get out early and it was just
That
working
is
on trophies, but I got them. It was supposed to take like 5 days and I got them done in three with leaving work early. So I was like, not
nice.
too bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, really nothing. I don't think anything's been happening. So, fun stuff.
Nothing new you're designing or working on.
I don't think so.
How's Bento going?
I think I
Have you
worked on
worked
it
on it?
like a couple times. Let me open the file real quick. I think I worked on it. I kind of like reached out to a bunch of people to get more feedback, and I got a good amount. Like I know last time I was working on the typography, and I think I not so much locked it in, but I got to a good stopping point where I'm like, okay, that's fine. So yeah, I made those changes, and then I started working on like icons and whatnot. Currently stuck there. I can show those later too. Um, but that's about it. It was probably like 2 hours I worked on it, maybe
Hey,
less. Um,
that's pretty good.
so
Are
yeah.
your Do you feel like your creative block is somewhat evaporating, or is it still
It definitely.
lingering?
Oh Jesus! It definitely has. I think it's kind of. I think it kind of went away like a month ago. I guess. I just didn't really notice it, but I started like planning out new projects or things that I want to do, and then I also just, you know, skipped that whole planning part and just jumped into some more personal projects. So,
Hmm. I
which I
think
have no
personal
idea what
projects
I'm
help a lot.
doing, but I think it'll be fine. I don't know. It's more to just experiment, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah,
it's good. I feel
yeah,
like I've even my creativity's been up a lot lately too because this new job. It's good getting into a different headspace. Not that I'm necessarily always creating something new for them, but like that I have the time and kind of have been practicing like the skills that I need to be creative. So it's been flowing lately and it's been nice. It's been a while.
yeah. I people just tell me to just do it without thinking about it, and I'm like,
It's hard not to think about it, but
yeah. I like
I
to
do
kind of
agree with that.
plan it out and do like steps and whatnot, but sometimes I think if it's not as important to just hop into it and see how it turns out.
Yeah. Something I've been doing when there's something on my mind creative that's kind of just like itchy in the back of my head is like I don't necessarily have enough to work off of. I'll just like write down the idea, or I'll go just like on Pinterest and kind of just like look at stuff. Might create a mood board, even if nothing ever comes of it. It was like, still like a brain exercise for me to kind of explore what it could be.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of do that too, but I don't ever come back to them, which I think is like why I just people have told me to just get into it right when you think of it. I think it's more
Yeah.
as long as I start and have a file, like when I look through Illustrator, I see it. I'm like, oh, I can work on that right now. But if it's
Even
just
if
on
it
my
takes you,
phone, I'm like,
yeah, even
I
if it
don't know.
takes you forever to get it done or come back to it, at least
Yeah,
there's something like started.
yeah. Like I have files in here that I've started, but just haven't got to, and it's been like months. And like I'll probably spend an hour on it just messing with it, and then come back another couple months later.
Yeah. I
I'm in
found,
no rush.
yeah. And it's hard too when you have like a full-time job and if this like creating things isn't the only thing you have to do. Because I feel like if I, didn't have to work, I'd be pumping things out all the time.
Yeah.
Um, but sadly, have
If
other
only it
things
were
too.
that nice.
Yeah. I did find this one file the other day that I was working on. I was coming up with a juice brand because I really wanted to illustrate like a juice carton.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like the broken pieces of a logo that I was working on, and that is it. And I was like, oh yeah, didn't make it very far, but I was like, maybe someday we'll come back to that.
Yeah, I think eventually, we all circle back to these things.
Yeah,
Um, it's just a matter of when we circle back.
yeah, and it's okay if we never do. The idea was there,
Yeah.
and it was attempted.
We came up with the idea, and I think that's enough.
Yeah,
Enough until you actually complete it.
yeah. All right. Do you want to get into our little fun design that talk thing I decided we should do today?
Sure. I am just seeing it for the first time.
It's been a
So,
while since I talked about, but I think it'll be fun. I thought it would be something new and different if we did just like, I don't know, rapid fire design questions. So I came up with a list of questions related to design that we're going to answer today.
mm-hmm.
And some of them are like personal preference. Some of them are kind of a little out there. But I think it'd be fun. Something new to do.
Yeah. Um. So okay. Are you a
I'll read off.
serif or sans serif person? I
Yeah,
know I'm a
everyone's.
sans.
I think I'm a sans too. Like I do like serifs, but you can't. They don't work for everything.
Yeah.
I feel like.
It just seems too like traditional and professional or whatever, and I'm not like
Yeah,
that.
and it
Um,
doesn't work with every style either. And I feel like with a lot of the current design trends, sans serif or yeah, sans serif works the best.
yeah,
It
I think
just
it's also just
it goes with you
more.
can find one that goes with anything.
Yeah, it's just like versatility. Sans
Hmm.
serif, you can kind of do everything, and then with the serif, it's like you're kind of locked in on certain styles and looks.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I
definitely
agree
a
with that.
sans.
Especially some of the very slabby serifs
Yeah.
or the very like elongated ones.
Hmm. It's also with
There's only certain things you
serifs.
could do.
Yeah, with serifs, there's also like really thin and light strokes in them,
Hmm.
and yeah, I'm not a huge fan, especially when you like scaling it up or down. It's still kind of like barely visible. That's I think one
Yeah,
thing with serifs, but it
serifs
adds
kind of
a
have to be like the face, it holds a lot of the contrast, so it has to hold
yeah,
like the interest. So it doesn't always pair well with everything.
yeah. It's definitely a little harder to use, I guess, if you're just kind of like the way I would work is just coming up with things out of the blue. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure it will work with some things, but 80% of the time, I don't think it'll work. Maybe even
Yeah.
90. Um. So yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, this isn't a question. I mean, I guess I kind of already know. But you could have a favorite for a sans and a serif. Do you have a serif one? Because isn't your sans
Oh,
Montserrat?
yes. Sans. I don't know if I have a specific serif that I like.
There isn't
I
like
did.
one that kind of you always look at first, and then if it doesn't work well with whatever you're working on, you kind of like go back and look for
There
more.
is one. I can't remember what it's called for the life of me right now.
I know I don't really use it in a whole lot of stuff, but I like Ivy Presto from when we used it in our showcase. I
Ivy
like
Presto is
those
good.
forms, so I kind of use those. And then I use Etna every once in a while. I have it in some, like, as the go to in some projects, but I like that
Yeah.
one as well.
The one I use is Adobe Caslon Pro.
Oh, that's a nice one too.
Yeah. Cannot remember what that was called, but it was in like my top used.
Yeah.
But yeah, Serif all the way, Montserrat, or say Serif. You do what I bet.
Yeah. I think for Sans, I haven't used it in a while actually, but it's a very like variable, I don't know what they call it. I totally blanked. Um Changeable, I don't know. Font and it's called Owners. It's on a
Oh, I have used owners before.
it's on Adobe. Um but it can go like wide, narrow, extra narrow.
That
And so I've been using that a lot lately. Lots of different weights, which I like. I like
yeah,
the
I liked that
variety,
one.
keeping the
I
same look.
I used that one for the research paper I did last year
Mm.
because because of its variety. I used the bold for headers and the thinner version for the body and all that kind of stuff. So it was nice to have like a whole family to keep it cohesive across the whole paper.
Yeah. Especially when it's like, when you do mix different typefaces as like the different heights of the characters. Sometimes people are really judgy about it and some people don't really care. But
Mm-hmm.
I tend to like keep it in mind.
Yeah, I do too. All right, let's go to the next question. I know the answer to this one, but we can always beat around this bush. Do you judge menus, billboards, or street signs when you're out and about?
Definitely. Not well. I definitely do. Yeah, it's more of a yeah. There's really no. I don't know. Although, I mean, there are a couple menus out there where I'm like, whoa. Like the full papyrus ones. It's not really a whoa, but it's like, yeah, that's that's bold.
Yeah,
Billboards. I don't really look at billboards a whole lot. I don't really know where they're located here. I don't know. I don't really like keep
they're
my eye
mostly
out
along
for
the
them.
freeway. It doesn't
Yeah,
have to be specifically those things, but you judge
yeah.
designs that you see. I love a
Um,
lot of the like shops by my house. All their logos look like they were designed in a Word document
mm.
with all the filters and whatnot that you can add on that.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the older, smaller businesses that kind of look like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, oh wait, what street is it? Is it? I think it's Capitol, the one that just goes straight downtown. Like
Mm-hmm.
right after you cross the bridge, on the left is like, I think it's like a music lesson spot or whatever. But they just have a banner hung up and it's all in papyrus, and I'm like, and it's just black and white, no color. I'm like, nice, nice. Um,
Papyrus is everywhere. I saw a new one
yeah.
the other day downtown on Capitol next to the post office across from the art museum.
Mm.
It was at some music place too, and
I think
their
that's the
logo
one
was
I'm
like,
talking about. It has
yeah, it
like
was
a
like
guitar
a
pick.
pick. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
with the papyrus. And I was like, I don't know if that goes together, but
I don't think it does. I think papyrus and music does not really go together, but who says, you know, we can decide that.
yeah.
But yeah, I go past that thing like every week and it's like, nice. Um,
Yeah.
Street signs? I feel like some street signs I like the ones that hang. Or do they hang here? I don't know. I know back
I think they
home
do
they
in some
hang.
areas.
But one
There's
of
not a lot of
the
consistency here in that
I
area.
think, well, it just depends on the weather. I think, like, because it snows, they
Hmm.
probably don't hang. But, like, back home, they do hang. And one city's, like, they changed it probably, like, 10 years ago. But they added, like, I think it's like a hibiscus flower. It just adds a nice touch to those little signs because it's, like, street name. And I think it also says, like, the city it is. So I think this one is La Habra, I think. And I think it's like a hibiscus flower. It's like a nice little touch of color
Yeah.
because everywhere else is just the green and white.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
true.
like those.
That's nice.
Yeah, yeah, those ones
I
are.
always I like what it's the entering Garden City signs that they have around here because they actually have like a like little graphic scene on it. It's not like the boring like entering Boise green and white.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that one, but I think something design wise that I've been judging a lot lately is menus.
Hmm.
Ever since I redesigned that one
Mm-hmm.
for the restaurant I used to work at, it's just something I notice all the time, and a lot of them are so unreadable that I don't know what's happening. I'm like, it's hard to tell. Like, does it come with a side, or what's the price? Why are the prices up here but the food's down here? And so it's just that's something I always think about when I go out to eat because readability is a huge thing on that. It's hard to decide what you even like want to order when you don't understand what you're looking at.
Yeah. I mean, I don't eat out a whole lot, but there are definitely like menus where I'm like, I don't like this menu. Kind of ruins my whole mood of the whole going out like to eat, and I'm like, yeah.
I just
And
judged everything
sometimes,
based off this first impression. And that's what it is.
hey,
Menus are
that's
the
what
first
it's a first
impression.
impression. Those are really important. Um,
Like, even if the food's really good, if the menu's bad, then
yeah,
I'm sorry, that's all I'm going to be thinking about the whole time.
yeah. I just remember sometimes I was like, kind of. I can't remember. It was like a while ago. I was like, what's going on here? I'm like, what is this? Or sometimes they don't list like how. Like I think I remember one time there were two items, pretty much the same ingredients and whatnot, but had two different names. But it doesn't say how it makes it different.
Yeah.
And then you had to ask, and it's like, oh, one's like a tostada bowl, and one's like a burrito or chimichanga. I don't know, something like that. And
It's like then it
I
should
was
be
like,
labeled in
oh,
that way.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's I think when it comes to menus, that's really it. I don't think I've ever run into like a menu. I'm sure I have. I just can't remember. But where it's just like visually bad. I
I've
guess the
seen a
ones
lot.
that are like printed on a letter paper, just out of a Google Doc,
Yeah.
those ones are pretty bad. But it's like, what else could they do? Because it's most likely like a mom and pop little
Yeah.
diner.
Like, one of my favorite breakfast spots, Eggman and Earl. It's fantastic. If you haven't been, you should go.
I have
And
not.
I feel bad saying this, but their menu every time I go, it's a good thing their food's really good, but it's so like unaligned. It's definitely like a Word doc, but each like menu item is like a separate entity, and they just kind of like instead of typing everything in a straight line, they were like,
Hmm.
I don't know, pushed together, arranged all randomly, and everything's underlined too. And I hate angles. A lot of menus like include like angled words to like draw emphasis on like you should order this. This is what we're known for, but a lot of them are like too at a too dramatic of an angle that it's like just such an eyesore
Hmm.
and honestly distracting to everything else on the page.
Yeah. I mean, the menu, I'm looking at it right now. To me, it just looks like those standard, like, diner esque menus that they just print out. It's like
Hmm.
not the best, but it's like also not the worst. But yeah, it is kind of like a hot mess.
Yeah, and it's different every time you go in
Oh.
too.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing like a couple different
Yeah, there's
variations.
lots of variations.
This reminds
And
me of have you ever been to West Side Drive-In? I think that's what it's
yeah,
called. That menu, it is like it's massive, but then they use like literally every single font you can find on a computer for like each different category. And that kind of I don't know.
that's distracting.
I think I like it, but that's like the personal side. But
Yeah,
there's like Hobo, Comic Sans, and all of them.
everything.
I don't think there's Papyrus though.
I've yet to see papyrus on a menu, but
I have seen it two times.
whoa.
And it's always in like the very small towns. Like the first time was when I was in Jackson, and then the second time was like a couple months ago when I was in Stanley. And it's like the
Okay.
really small, tiny towns.
Yeah, and
But I
the
was
only
like,
thing they
hey,
have access to is papyrus.
yeah. I was like, dang, this is like the target audience. These small towns, the small old like Western looking towns, cowboys and stuff.
That is true. Like, I was just even thinking of when I was sending you papyrus things that I saw in Europe. It was like the really small places that we were at. Like the Orkney Islands at the very top of Scotland. Very quiet. No one's there. And that's where I found papyrus.
Maybe they're like, no one will judge us here. They're like, no designer will come out here and
I found
judge and
you.
question us.
Yeah. There's
Um,
it's hard once you know about design not to judge it or look at things and
yeah, it just like
just
speaks out
analyze
to
it.
you, stands out,
Yeah.
always finds a way to find you.
I even have my friends doing it
Yeah,
sometimes, like I've trained them.
nice.
All right. Have you ever had a happy accident in a design that in a way turned out way better than your original idea?
I don't think so.
No?
I
Just stick with
think,
it.
well, my thing is like, I'm very like, stick to the plan. Like, if I have an idea, I want to like see it through the way I originally thought it, and then if there are any other ways to make it better, I'll do it. But I think, yeah, I think the only accidents I have are bad accidents. And I don't. Sometimes, most of the time, I'll fix it, but there are like, I think there are 3 projects I did in school that I made mistakes on and never changed, and it still haunts me. I'm like, I should go back and remake them,
I
but
thought
I'm
about
like,
that
I don't know,
too
that's
the
a
other
lot of
day.
work. But
What
yeah, there's
project?
one. One of them was a little booklet I made in advanced type, and I had spelling errors. And it sucks the most because you had to make it to give it to people. And I
Hmm.
was like, God, I don't know why. I remember I checked the spelling because I was like, I did not know what this word is. For some reason, I checked Google, it looked right, and then I like brought it home to show my like brother because it was like Japanese stuff, and he was like, "Dude, this word's spelled wrong." I was like, "What?" And then there's so many mistakes in that one, and
Command I,
then
Command I.
yeah, one of my spreads got printed wrong, so it like printed the same thing as another page, and I was like, and I tried to make time to remake it at the end of a semester, but I never got to it. So that's kind of haunting me every once in a while. Um, but that's like the worst one, I'd say. But yeah, I don't think I've had a happy accident. Have you?
That's all right. I had one the other day. I think that's why I came up with this question when I was doing the posters for the bar's music festival. I the manager kind of talked about like the direction we wanted to go, and I completely kind of off railed it because the original like idea that I had wasn't working, and I literally spent 2 days just like pushing things around on the canvas and was like nothing is working. And then all of a sudden I was in Photoshop and I was messing with threshold, the threshold, setting, and it kind of inverts everything and makes it all grainy. And it just like reminded me all of a sudden of like a punk rock poster.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've seen those, but they're
I kind of think
kind
of
of
like Spider Punk,
yeah.
like his style, and then how they made stuff like the advertising stuff for him. I don't know.
I could get some of that correlation. Yeah, kind of grungy, um, but I got messing in that style, and then all of a sudden it just like came together really well. And when I sent it to him to get checked, he was like, "Oh my God, yeah, that's it." Like completely different than what we had originally talked about, but it was, it worked even better and
Nice.
matched what we were going for. So
That's pretty sweet.
yeah, and the design process just ended up going so much smoother after I had kind of figured it out the direction after messing with that one photo in Photoshop. And, you know, it was designed quick versus me spending 2 days pushing things around and being like, Got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I. Yeah, I've never felt that like. I mean, I think I have done felt it where it's like another idea works better, but not where you kind of like just stumble upon it, you know?
Hmm.
But I mean, that is nice that it's kind of like everything starts to flow when you do find that thing.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, I'm moving things around on our document. Do you hoard old design files, or are you ruthless with what you delete?
I have not deleted a single file. My thing is because I have such a bad memory in general where, like, I don't. I. Yeah. Basically, I hold on to all my designs. Like, I have designs from, like, my very first design. And it's like sometimes an idea comes up and I need whatever's
To
in
go
there.
back for reference.
Well, it's more of like illustrations. Like I have a lot of old illustration files from when I first started messing with Illustrator, and I keep on to it just because they are like my dumb funny ideas, and maybe I'll use it again. I don't know, but yeah, a lot of them from like 5 years ago.
Dang.
But I don't think I've deleted a
You
single
don't
file.
don't delete anything. Oh
No,
my
not
gosh.
even like my junk ones. Like, and yeah, it's definitely bad, but it's also like it all just gets saved to the cloud because I just stopped caring. I just save it all, so it's like I can open it on any device. But I have like duplicates of files in here that I probably should delete, but I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm looking through them
I
right
don't know
now.
how
It's
you
like
have space for that.
it's all in the cloud.
Tell them that.
I have like 100 gigs or whatever, so
I can't stand having unnecessary things on my computer. Maybe that's just because I'm like a little overly organized, and so every time there's like, I don't know, a file that I don't end up using or ends up not becoming really relevant, instantly in the trash. And once I'm done with the project too, I will go through and clean everything up and make sure everything's in organized file folders of like, this is like all the assets I use, this is, you know, the final products, these are like the working files. And so everything unnecessary to the final project ends up getting immediately deleted.
dang, that's crazy. I feel like I can't delete them. One, because it's like I could probably. Well, I save most. I used to save it all into the hard drive, but that was like the things I saved onto my actual computer. Everything in the cloud, I won't. I've thought about like exporting out, but I think I have like 100 files in here now. Like I'm on Untitled 96 right now, and that's not even counting the ones that I've actually named. So I just have a bunch just sitting here. Jesus, this damn chair.
Are you struggling?
No, this chair just like I have it locked because I don't like to tilt back because I feel like I'm gonna like flip back. But
Hmm.
sometimes that little lock thing comes undone. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure if I even look on my desktop, I've got some things that definitely could use deleting, but I don't delete it. Yeah, there's definitely
Well,
things here. I don't even know
yeah.
why I have this, but I have a really pixelated PNG of fire.
A fire.
Yeah, like
Okay.
flames. I don't know what I used it for, but I have it. Yeah, I got a lot of random junk.
I think I got so crazy about file organization when I had my last computer because like I had like no storage on it whatsoever, and so I was fighting for my life to like have just enough room to like open Photoshop because you know
Mm-hmm.
you can't open Photoshop if you don't have enough storage on your computer. And so it just became something that I'm always like aware of, even though I don't have to really worry about that on my new computer, but it's just become a habit.
Yeah. I used to run into the. I think the reason why I started just saving everything to the cloud was because I remember one time when I was actually saving it to my desktop into like folders, I ran out of storage on my boot drive, which is like the desktop drive. And so I couldn't like use anything because it was like your storage is full. I couldn't download anything. So then I moved all to hard drive and I was like, I'm no longer saving it to the desktop. Unless it's like really important that I can't lose. Even though I couldn't really lose in the cloud, but I was like, or it's like I want to only work on it on my desktop, or I only want to work on my laptop. But that's it.
Yeah.
If it's like something I know, like say I'll start it at work, and then I know I'm not gonna finish it there, I'll save it to the drive so I can finish it on my desktop.
That makes
Because
sense.
I don't ever open up my laptop at home really.
Is your laptop doing better after last time I saw
Yeah,
you? Yeah.
yeah. I
Wouldn't
actually
turn on last time.
yeah, I figured out what was wrong with it. Had to take it apart a little bit to look at some of the connectors or whatnot, but it's working. I guess that is one thing I did during the 2 weeks.
Fixed
Fix
your
my
laptop.
laptop. Thank God. I would have panicked if I had to get a new one because I do not want to get a new one.
Yeah, I don't
So
blame you.
expensive.
Yeah. What's the weirdest place you've ever sketched out an idea?
A lot of thoughts that come up to mind when I type into a phone or when I'm on the toilet. So I don't know if that. I mean, I think that's natural. It's known that everyone scrolls like Instagram and TikTok on the toilet. Um, but yeah, I think that's it. I also like used to. I still have it now, but when I was in school, I had like a movie pass thing where I
Hmm.
can watch a free movie every day. And during the winter, when it was like cold as hell, I couldn't bike. There wasn't snow on the mountain. I used to just go to a movie, sit in the back corner, and just kind of like jot out ideas on my phone.
Oh wow, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Did you come up with some good stuff?
No. No. I mean, some of it, yes, but most of the time, no. Like, I remember one time the original idea was to watch the second Minions movie, but for some reason, I got a 4DX ticket, and I could not. Like, the seats were shaking. I was getting sprayed. I was like,
So it
what the
was
heck is this?
not helping the creative process.
Nah. So I was like, I'm just going to watch the movie.
Yeah, I think mine's not really weird, but I used to every time I had a, I used to words. Let me come up with my words.
Mm-hmm.
I used to doodle things on the back of like merchant copy receipts that I would
Hmm.
get back at the restaurant, and I couldn't keep those because like the manager needed them for financial stuff because it has all our tips that on them, and so I'd always have to take pictures of them before I handed them in at the end of the night. But she was probably always like, "Why is there another doodle on this merchant copy?"
I
Paper's
mean,
hard to come by around there.
that's a way to get the ideas though, especially like at work when you can't really be
Yeah,
on your phone.
and it's such an uncreative environment. So whenever I was feeling something, it had to
Yeah,
be written down right then.
it's also work, so it's like you you probably most likely forget it by the end of the day.
Exactly.
So you're like, I gotta quickly jot this down, so then I can take a picture and hopefully remember it later.
Yeah. And half the time I don't ever come back to them. I think the photos are still on my phone, but felt like a great idea in the moment.
Yeah. Well, since you say you delete your files, do you delete photos? Because
No.
I definitely go through my camera roll and delete things. Mainly because I have
Yeah.
to take pictures for work, and it like gets sent to my Google Photos, so I have to delete it twice. But like, there are some things that just show up in my camera roll that I have to delete.
Yeah, there. I mean, there's always those photos you take, for reference for something like later that aren't necessarily something you like, but you have to have for a minute.
Yeah.
Those I usually will get rid of. Um, but I don't delete photos as often as I do files. It's
Hmm.
different on my phone. They're separate entities.
I'm sure if I look at my camera roll, I probably have like a
Because for
photo
some
I could
reason I
possibly
have like
delete.
every single recap slide from the podcast in my photos still, even though, I have the files like on my computer. They're all in my phone still,
See, like
the
stuff
recap
like
slides.
that, I would delete. Cause yeah, you have to, the only way to, which I find so dumb, but the only way to like do all the types of things with the post is on your phone. Like you can't schedule or add
No, you
music
can't.
on the web version. And I'm like, how hard is it to do that? So even like when I post some of my stuff, I delete it. But I probably go through all my things and delete it probably once a year, twice a year, maybe.
I probably should, because honestly, some of this stuff, I'm like,
Another thing that I somewhat like but also don't like is my stories go to my camera roll, which I
oh yeah,
think,
that's a setting you have to turn off.
yeah, but I also like to keep them because sometimes it's like pretty good, at least to me. Even though I never look back, or my bowling pictures, I'll always keep my bowling pictures because I like to keep track of my score. Um, but yeah,
See, so you keep random photos too.
yeah. But well, I guess they have importance to me. But there are a lot of things in here that are random that I take a picture of in the moment because I think it's funny, and then I don't do anything with it.
Yeah,
I also have a lot of hot dogs.
I'm sure you do.
But yeah, I'd
All
say
right,
like my camera roll is over 50% of Instagram stories.
that's crazy. I guess you do post on your story quite a bit.
Yeah, I'd rather post there than like a regular post. It's temporary, you know?
I get it. All right. If Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign were people, who would be the nicest and who would be the absolute nightmare to work with?
I think, well, this is all personal preference, but I
Yeah.
think just because I use Illustrator the most, they'd be the nicest. I think I wouldn't be the nicest person to InDesign, mainly because I've always struggled with it. I think I have it dialed down now, but I remember when learning it, I was so confused, and nothing would help me. Because I remember I would export as a PDF, and like three of my pages were super pixelated. Drove me insane. Could not. I don't think. Never figured it out really.
InDesign is very picky.
Yeah.
I've, I've been using it more and more with my new job, and oh, I don't know if you've ever heard of this or how to do it, but I've had to do accessibility documents in InDesign, and I have to go in and tag every item, picture, background, you know, body copy, the headings, the titles, and I have to go in and like each one of those and tag it as this is a header, this is body copy, this is an image, this is background, and then export it with as a tagged PDF so that like screen readers and stuff can read this document.
Huh.
And
I have never had
it's
to do that, and that sounds awful.
it's yeah, it's so much fun.
Hmm.
Um, but I wish it was a little bit easier in InDesign because sometimes you miss things, and I feel like it should be telling you like, hey, do you want this tagged as well once you get to a certain point, but it doesn't. And
Life's never that easy.
no. So you're just
Life would be
constantly
too
going
nice
back
if it
in
were that
and
easy.
searching because sometimes if you like miss a period that you forgot to tag, then oh, game over. It's not accessible
Damn.
document.
It doesn't like automatically read it.
Not really. No,
And with all this AI stuff,
I know. And they can't do it for me.
just shows what Adobe is doing.
So, in my opinion, as of right now, InDesign is the absolute nightmare to work with.
I feel
It's
like a
always
lot
telling
of
you
people.
all your errors, and there's never all the links are linked. It also crashed on me the other day because I had too many
Mm,
InDesign documents open, and I lost one of my files, and I was very upset. And I
mm.
had to start over.
That's another thing about InDesign. Well, I don't really care about it now, but I remember when I first was using it, I was like, why? But you can't do cloud documents. I know that doesn't
Yeah,
really pertain to you, but to me, I was like, what? I have to say this to my drive? Not that big of a deal now, but yeah.
yeah.
I
But
think
yeah,
they'll even.
Illustrator is the nicest.
Yeah, well, I think it's
You could
just.
do anything. It's smooth.
I think just
It
working vector is nice.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
then.
Photoshop is growing on me though. I remember like a year ago when we started this podcast, I was like, I hate Photoshop. I don't understand how to use it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I've been using it more and more, and it's up there. It's pretty nice too.
Yeah. Photoshop's definitely nice for like the fine detail things like after Illustrator. Uh, so yeah, it's kind of in the middle. I use it every once in a while, but not a whole lot. Mainly because it's like it's similar to Illustrator, but also not the exact same. So it's a little bit slower, and I just feel like I'm wasting time trying to figure out how to do a simple thing when I could
Yeah,
just easily do it in Illustrator. So
I agree.
yeah, but yeah,
I
they're
have
not
beef
too
with
bad.
InDesign. All right, if you could go back and redo one project from your career with your skills now, which one would it be?
Um, I don't know. There hasn't really. I mean, there's only been projects where it's like that booklet where I was like, I wish I can go back and fix my errors.
Yeah,
There's not anything that I would want to redo. I think it's kind of more that I wish I either put more work into it when first working on it. That doesn't mean I would redo it now, or that I actually just continue to work on it rather than stopping.
yeah,
Cause and it's like so even some projects that I haven't even started, but like I started planning them out. I was typing documents and whatnot, and then I never did it. And I
I
still
don't know.
have them. I do plan on doing them. I think it's more of like I don't have the time. Like I can't take off the time to do these projects.
Yeah,
Because I know one of them is like a travel one it would be nice if it can do it in a month. Like travel for a month and then do it based off of that. But taking a month off of work is a lot of lost money.
yeah, I know that.
So
I just did that.
even 2 weeks is like
No,
a
I had a
chunk of
month and a
life
half, and it
missing.
was a little hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, I was out for 2 weeks at two different times. Didn't make any money both of those weeks, but I spent money and I'm like, God damn it. Why did I do that?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to look through my files, see if there's anything I truly wish I redid.
I think
Um,
for me, one of them is like the first project we did in the design program, the album cover.
oh my God. Well,
I
it's not,
love
I
my
don't,
illustration online. I think I did phenomenal, especially since I had no idea what I was doing in Illustrator, and it turned out very good. I
I
cleaned it up
don't,
maybe a little bit, but the back when where I listed all like the songs, there is
mm-hmm.
no hierarchy on that thing whatsoever.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all one font, you
But it's
know.
a good introduction. Oh, here's mine.
And
Yeah,
then
I would definitely redo this now that you mention it. I totally forgot about this. But I would redo this. for various reasons. Um, I don't think mine. Well, let me zoom in real quick. There's some hierarchy. Not
There's
really.
somewhere.
My thing with this one is I did a lot. I did a lot of it in Procreate, but also since we did it in like alphabetical order, I was last, so I got December, whatever, and I thought it was like you're designing it based on the month of whatever week it is. So I remember I did mine winter themed, and everyone else didn't do theirs like seasonal theme. I'm like, what the
Mine
hell?
was seasonal.
Oh, yours was?
Yeah, because mine was
I
in
remember.
October, and so mine was called
Okay.
sweater weather.
Because I remember like other people, and I remember some people's were actually really good. I just remember them being like, damn, I thought we were supposed to do like based on the season or whatever. I don't know. It does look. It looks
I think
for the
that was
first
part of the
time.
assignment.
It's not really the first time, but like, it's okay. If I were to do it now, it'd probably look a little different, but not too bad.
Another one I would probably redo, and like I do love it, but it's the package design we also did in school. Like
The oh yeah,
I did the sock brand Woodland Woolies, and it was really just because I did that because I wanted to illustrate some stuff, and I just had these like silly Google doodles of like birds wearing socks and stuff, and I was like, oh, I want to use that. But in some areas, I felt like it held back this hypothetical brand, and I feel like I could have made it maybe a little more mature. But I don't know. I like it, but there was some room for improvement on that one, I think.
okay, yeah, yeah. This it also reminds me of another one. It's not really a project; it was an exercise, but I mean, I could have done better. Um, but I'm also looking at the album cover thing. This was before I knew you could just download a font off the internet. So I custom made all this text except like some of the obvious ones, but
Oh my gosh,
a
Ty.
lot of it is custom, which I now regret. But I'm not going to look back at it. But the one little exercise thing was in Aaron's class. I remember I had like a dream about it and how I was like I did such a bad job, like I got in trouble essentially. Um, but it was like her scrapbooking exercise,
Mm-hmm.
and she said like bring items or products related to whatever it is you're working on. And I was like, okay, I brought some stuff. But then she was like, during the class, she was like, to cut it up and start tearing it. But I was like, I don't want to cut up any of this. This is like stuff I paid for. And I'm like, I'm not wasting my money like this. Like, why would I do that? And so I kind of just did my own thing. And I remember she got really mad. And so I had to redo it on my own. And even then, when I redid it, I still did it like my way of how I
Mm-hmm.
would do it, not like her way. And she still was kind of like disappointed. And so I still remember that too. And I'm like, should have done better.
Should have done something different there.
Yeah, I mean, that was just like, I was just me being me, which I don't know. I think it's more, I don't know. I would say it's more my fault, but it was also like, and it is college, so it's like they're not going to like baby you and whatever and what you
Yeah,
can
you're
and
not gonna be
cannot
put in
do.
timeout
But
or
no one
whatever.
really was like, Ty, stop messing around. Because I think like I was the only one messing around having fun. Everyone was taking it serious. And yeah, that's just like the person I am. But like, I don't know. Like when I go back to the CVA now, it's like back to their white walls. And I was like, Is no one having fun? Is no one messing around? Like, what's going on? So, yeah, I don't know. But that's not something I would redo. That's something like go back in time and change, you know?
Yeah,
Just because I just felt like bad. I don't know.
that's all right.
Damn.
Hey, that I think that works with that question.
I think
It's
so.
not necessarily a project, but it's, that was a part of your design career and that's
Yeah. Yeah.
something you want to change, and that's okay. All right, I have to go in like 30 minutes. So, lightning round, last couple questions. Like,
Okay.
just like answer it and move on to the next one, okay? Favorite font, go.
Owners or comic papyrus.
Comic Papyrus.
I don't ever use it, but I love it. I love it.
I want to say Montserrat because I say Montserrat for everything, but one I've been using lately that I really like is Citrus Gothic.
Okay. I've never seen that one.
Last design tool you used today.
Selection. Does that count? It is a tool.
It is a tool.
That was literally the
Or
last thing I used for the font of the week today.
an Illustrator.
I had to move one thing and I was like, and so selection.
And what
So,
program?
Illustrator. Yeah.
Illustrator.
What
I
about you?
used Photoshop and a Command I to invert the
Mm,
image colors.
that's a better one than mine.
What's your favorite color right now?
Um, blue.
Still blue?
I think it'll always be blue. I have like second and third favorite colors. Um, but it's like blue, red, purple. That's first, second, third.
My favorite color is always like a sagey, dusty green, but I'm really liking like a burnt orange right now, actually.
Like terracotta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
I'm
nice
actually
color.
trying to use that color for bento. So
That'd be
funny
nice.
coincidence.
What,
One
what
word.
one word that describes your design style?
I don't even know. I would like to say funny. I like to do a
Funny.
lot of things that make like myself laugh or like giggle at. So
Hmm.
I think I would say that.
Yeah, I think that works. For me, I want to say something along the lines of like nostalgic texture, grain, like tactile. No, actually, tactile. That's my word.
Hmm.
Tactile.
Okay. I see that. That works.
Yeah. Your go-to snack while working.
I actually have like a very slight rule of not eating while like at my computer. But my favorite drink, well, probably number one is water. I just like water. But I also like Olipop.
Lollipop.
I drink a lot of Olipop. That's like my soda, I guess. That's like, well, besides like orange juice and Capri Suns, I drink all three of those a lot, but I drink Olipop and Capri Suns like when I'm working. So sound
Capri
like a
Suns. I
kid.
haven't had one of those in forever. Yeah.
Sound like a kid about to go to a soccer game. I don't know. I love Capri Suns. Like I always joked around. Well, I still do, but I was like, in high school, I liked Capri Suns and Crocs, and I was like, dude, one day I want to get sponsored by both of them. And this was
You
before
should definitely
like
try.
people were even getting sponsored by Crocs. Now people are getting sponsored by them, so I'm like, I don't really care. But Capri Sun, damn.
I think that's our next project, sponsored by Capri Sun.
That's like a life goal. I want to get to a point where I could get sponsored by Capri Sun and they just send me pallets of my favorite drinks because they're always so hard to find in the store, and I'll be happy.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's a good goal.
All right, my snack is the corn elote chips from Trader Joe's.
I have
Those are
not.
my weakness right now.
Let me search those up real quick. I have not been to Trader Joe's in so long.
I love Trader Joe's. It's like it's cheaper than Winco right now to shop there, so
Really?
it's where I go. Yeah.
Damn, I have to go there. I used to get these like broccoli cauliflower patty things, and they stopped selling them, so I stopped going. And then I went back. They had these like, I forgot which Asian it is, but one of the Asians is like a scallion pancake. And then they stopped doing that, so then I stopped going. And then
Hmm.
they have like the candied pecans, which I'll get every like once in 2-3 years, and that's all I know. But yeah, um,
What's
these
the
just look
first
like
thing?
corn chips.
Yeah, but the seasoning on them
Okay,
is good, very good.
street corn flavored seasoning. Okay,
What's the first thing you designed for money?
first thing I designed for money. This can't be a lightning round because I don't know.
You don't know? Well, mine was the D3 marching band competition at Boise State. I designed their T-shirts in 2023, and I didn't get
Hmm.
paid a lot, but I got paid
But you
something.
got
I did them
paid.
again this year too. Got paid more this time.
I think for me it was like logos. I think I had people ask me for logos way before I was. This is before sophomore year too. They just like, oh, graphic design, make me a logo. I was like, no, they're like, just do it. I was like, all right, whatever. It was logos, and I don't know if I did actually end up getting paid, so I don't know if that counts. But I'm just gonna say that because I've made a good amount.
That's good.
So logos. Okay,
All right, we're gonna have to speed run for the week, which is fine.
that's fine. There's not much. Mine's incomplete. I mean, it's at
Mine
a,
is
it's at
too.
a, it's at a good point, but I want to do more with it. I also didn't. I should have worked on it like earlier today because I had time, but I was messing around, I guess. So yeah.
I'll
Um.
share my screen because mine's in um, Illustrator. Where's Illustrator? Okay. I am working on. I'm going to be binding a scrapbook for from my Europe trip. So I've been working on like a cover that I'm going to put on the fabric and vinyl. And so I'm still working on cleaning all this up because this was like a image I found that was very bad and grainy that I kind of traced over on my iPad, and now I'm kind of cleaning up the vector in
Mm-hmm.
um, Illustrator. But it feels very Celtic, reminded me of the British Isles, and I used our font of the week, Warbler. I think all the font is Warbler, actually. Yeah.
You should do the text in a different color. I don't know if that's what you're thinking, but
Yeah, I don't know. That's I'm still messing with it.
maybe for like contrast,
Yeah.
just so it doesn't blend in with the.
I stands out a little bit. Yeah, I agree with that. Um, but I did end up using like Warbler and the small caps and then kind of like condensing it and stretching it out a little bit for the title here, which I didn't hate. But at the same time, I feel like it doesn't match the trees and the little pattern illustrations going on around it. So still messing with it a little bit, but it kind of looks like I think it will look like a book on the shelf, but it's gonna be like a scrapbook on the inside. So it has like the year of the trip, 2025, the British Isles, with the last name on the front, and then on the back, um, I wanted to make some connection to the fact that my family was from this part of Europe that we traveled to. So I found this quote that said, "Your family is the compass that guides you, and your ancestors are the map that show you where you've come from." And I thought that was gonna be kind of cool to put on the back with this other tree illustration.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's still getting cleaned up, but that's where it's at right now.
Nice. Looks pretty dang good, though.
Yeah, this will be fun to weed out of vinyl.
Yeah, looks like a pain,
Yeah,
just in general.
but it's gonna look good. I have a tendency to picking the hardest things to cut out in vinyl, so
It's a challenge, you know. You just like to test yourself. That's all
yeah,
it is.
how far can I go?
But nice.
All right, what about you?
Poster. Generic poster. Um, Took me a while to actually decide what I wanted to do with this typeface. Um, Mainly because I don't really use serifs a whole lot, so I was like, what could I possibly do? I looked through Pinterest and I saw some. My Pinterest is like now full of just like Japanese stuff. But I saw a lot of stuff with the serif text or whatever. And I was like, that might look good. I don't know how it really looks when you just view it in the drive. The text looks a little light, but even when I didn't bold, it looked too bold. So maybe make it larger or something. I don't know. But yeah, just made a little poster. Um,
I think it.
More little side jokes in there, but
I think Warbler very much complements the characters.
yeah, I liked
I like them
the
together.
yeah, like the serifs working with like the serify look of the Japanese text. It fits, it matches. Yeah. One thing I didn't it's not so much that I didn't like it, just I don't know. Typically I like it, it just didn't work well with this one is Warbler uses old style numbers or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to do the like automatic thing where it makes it the same height, but I still don't really like the way the numbers look.
Yeah, I had the same issue with mine with the because I put 2025 on there and I didn't really like any of the weights or styles that it had. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
That's like the problem normally I like the old style numbers, but with kind of like this with the dates and even like the 2024 on the bottom, it just didn't really look complete, I guess. But even like this, it doesn't necessarily look complete.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I also didn't even finish it. But the mountain thing, the square, I wanted to put like some kind of like the Riso texture pack, but I never got to it. Will
That's
I?
all right.
I don't know.
We'll see.
But yeah. And then this is another reason why I don't delete my files. This little stamp thing I made, I also want to put like texture on it. But this is an old file that I
I
found,
that
and
does look familiar. Yes.
it's like 3 years old now, I think. But I was like,
Is
that's
it really?
perfect for this. Yeah. So that's why I don't delete my files. But yeah, that's
Makes
my
sense.
yeah, simple.
Very nice. All right, for the next one of the week, we chose Styro, and it's available on Fontshare,
And it's
and
free.
it's free. It's kind of like a stencil type font. It's kind of cool.
I
We haven't
like
done
these
the stencil
ones.
yet, but it's a variable too, so there's lots of different weights on it.
Oh, very nice.
I think
I
that'll be really
used one
cool.
like this for another project, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. All right, and if you aren't already a subscriber to our Patreon, go ahead and join. We have our last bonus episode coming, or not our last bonus episode, the
Soon.
series that we're doing. The last episode for that series is coming soon. And also go claim your sticker pack over there. And as always, an Instagram recap will be posted when this episode is posted. And that'll go over our fun of the weeks and anything else we talked about in this episode.
Yeah.
I'm excited for our next episode.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We have a guest speaker coming. We'll keep it a surprise for now. But I'm excited.
It'll be a fun one. It'll be nice, fun, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
We were just practicing with our questions today for next week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A little dry run. Doesn't
Yep.
hurt to get a little practice in.
And as always, we end up going in all different directions, even when answering questions.
Yeah. Well, things just happen to come up when talking about things, so.
Yeah.
Am I closing
Anything
it?
else? Sure.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Anything else you'd like to add, Ty?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna say no. And if there are things that I would add or am working on, I'm keeping it to myself for now as it brews. It's
Yes.
marinating right now.
That's all.
Trying to work on a few things, but it's not in full motion yet.
Well,
So,
look forward to updates.
alrighty. Thank you for tuning into 1-800 Sad Design. Until next time, keep designing, stay inspired, and dial into design. Bye.
Bye.